You know the feeling, right? That buzz in your pocket. A name you haven't seen in months, maybe years, suddenly pops up on your screen. And for a second, you're curious. And then you realize what's happening. We're going to break down exactly why that is, why some people only seem to remember you exist when they need something.
So let's just get the most uncomfortable truth out of the way, right up front. Sometimes, in someone else's life, you aren't really a person. You're a function. I know, it stings to hear it like that. But understanding this one idea is the key to unlocking everything else.
You know exactly who I'm talking about, don't you? It's that digital ghost, the one who's been completely silent in your life for months, maybe even years. No likes on your posts, no happy birthdays, no how have you been? Nothing. And then, out of nowhere, poof, they materialize. Your phone lights up, you see their name, and for a split second you feel that little flicker of something. Warmth, curiosity. You read the, "Hey, long time no see," and then you see it, the pivot. That little phrase, "Quick question." And that's the moment it all clicks. You know this isn't about you. It's about the question. So why does this happen? And more importantly, why does it feel so, uniquely awful? It's not just that they're asking for a favor, it's the total silence that came before it. It makes you feel like your entire existence to them was just on standby, waiting for their need. So what's really going on in their head? Let's investigate the clues. Okay, clue number 1. This takes us deep inside the brain's obsessive need to be efficient. It's a psychological shortcut called the utility heuristic. Look, your brain is, for lack of a better word, lazy. And that's not a bad thing. It's a survival mechanism. It's designed to save as much energy as possible. So it creates these little mental shortcuts, heuristics. And instead of keeping this huge, complex, messy file of who you are as a person, it's just so much easier to slap a tiny tag on you. Good for career advice, knows about cars, has a truck. They're not seeing you, they're seeing the tag. They're seeing a solution.
So you really have to ask yourself, in this specific interaction, are you being treated like a person? Or are you just a solution walking around? The answer tells you pretty much everything you need to know.
All right, let's move on to clue number 2, because this builds on that first idea. This is all about the unspoken accounting, the hidden math that happens in all of our relationships. We'll call it the reciprocity ledger. Okay, just look at this comparison for a second. In a real reciprocal relationship, there's a natural give and take, right? The whole point is the connection itself. But in these transactional situations, the focus is purely on, well, extraction. Contact only happens when they need something. That invisible ledger we all keep, it's always tipped in their favor. They're basically making withdrawals from a bank account they've never put a single dollar into.
And really, it just boils down to this. They don't actually want a connection with you. A connection takes work. It takes time. It takes mutual effort. No, they want a convenience. It's the difference between being a friend and just being a tool in their toolbox.
And that brings us to our third and final clue before we put it all together. This one is all about perception, and it's called the asymmetry of closeness.
Look at this image. For them, sending you that text is just one action out of 100 they'll take that day. You're one light on a switchboard of potential solutions. If you say no, they'll probably just flick the next switch. But for you, their message isn't just one of many. It feels like a big deal. A ghost from your past has just shown up right in your living room. And that gives it a ton of emotional weight on your end, and almost none on theirs. Now here's a thought that might feel kind of backward at first. That long silence from them, it probably wasn't a personal attack. You just weren't relevant to a problem they had. But their request? That is personal. It's aimed directly at you, at your skills, at your resources. And it's that complete mismatch that makes the whole thing feel so jarring. Okay, so we've got the clues. We've got the brain's lazy shortcut, we've got the one-sided ledger, and we've got the totally different perceptions of the moment. So, how does it all fit together? Let's reveal the full blueprint.
This image says it all. A real, genuine relationship is that tangled rope. It's messy, it's complicated, it's strong, it's intertwined. It takes real effort to build that. The person reaching out after all this time, they're not interested in any of that. They need the straight line, the fastest, most direct, lowest energy path from their problem to your solution.
And here it is. This might be the single most important takeaway from this entire thing. This behavior, it's rarely born out of genuine malice. It's not that they're trying to hurt you. It's born from a deeply human, almost primal drive for one thing: efficiency. They are just trying to solve their problem with the least amount of work possible. So here's how that subconscious process plays out, step by step. 1. A problem pops up in their life. 2. Their brain, like a search engine, scans its internal utility index of people it knows. 3. Your name gets flagged as a top result for a solution. And 4. Contact is made. It's an algorithm running, not a heartfelt decision.
Let's reframe this one last time, because this is so crucial. It's not that they totally forget you exist. It's that their brain indexes you in a very specific way. You're not filed under the category of people I care about and check in on. You're filed under things that can help me with X, and they don't think to pull your file until they need that specific thing. And this is where we have to land. Understanding all this, it isn't about blaming them or feeling bad about yourself. It's just about getting clarity. It's about recognizing that someone else's limited, functional view of you is a reflection of their way of moving through the world. It is not, and it never will be, a measurement of your actual worth. Your value is inherent. It is not defined by their use for you.